Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Factorio. I went ahead and refilled everything. I was going to make the power armor, and then I realized I need the level 3 speed modules and effectivity modules and all that fun stuff. So we've got to research that first. So we'll let Combat Robotics 3 finish up. We'll set up that factory, and then we'll start researching the modules that we need so that we can move on to the highest tier of armor here. Okay, and that kind of rhymed a little bit. Fun. Alright. Okay, we're going to clear out those trees and these biters. We'll come back and do some more strafes. Okay, that's a lot of green coral there. What a pain in the ass! Oh my god! Why can't it just be killed with freaking gas bombs like everything else? And why does it also have to be completely invisible until it's too late? Oh my god, so annoying. It really is, like, at the effective end of my rope as far as green coral goes. There just seems to be so much of it in this map. Like, I don't remember it being such a big problem as it was until I played on this map. And now it just seems to be frickin' everywhere. It's not even, like, fun. It's ruining my enjoyment of the game. It breaks immersion, man. You can't do that. Amongst other excuses I could use to just bitch about game design, which I have no real say in. Oh, okay. Well, you know, more green coral. That's fine. We're clearing a path. At this point, that's effectively all we can do. Okay, and now my car's dead. That's fine. Let's do it. We're going ham. Alright. Yes. And yes. Okay, cool. I think that's all of them. Alright. And then we'll lead these guys on a little bit. Okay. What is it? I had some weird observation. I watched Prometheus. Prometheus is one of those movies that, like, whenever I first saw it, I was like, I understand why people don't like this movie. And then I watched a bunch of videos that kind of explained why it was the best movie of all time. And I was like, not sure if I'm easily influenced by other people's opinions, or I just hadn't thought of it that way. And, you know, it depends on the kind of information you're exposed to, right? Like, before I even saw Prometheus, I saw a bunch of reviews that were like, yeah, this movie is terrible, don't even bother watching it, it's just going to be a waste of your time and money. And then I saw it, and I was like, I kind of like it, but now that I know everything that's supposed to be bad about it, I have no choice but to agree. And that's a bad way to consume media. Like, that's just, it's not good. Yeah, we're gonna need tons of train track and stuff. So we'll set this up. Let me go ahead and, yeah, this is gonna be a train building episode, so I hope you enjoy. Let's go ahead and do 100. We'll need some curve track. But yeah, no, it was sort of a... I realize I'm being influenced by other people's opinions without making any judgments on my own. First and foremost, recognize that this is the case. This is also a bad thing. Like, you don't want to go into something that you might actually enjoy with this preconceived notion that it's terrible, right? That's just, it's bad. It's bad for the industry. It's bad for you as the moviegoer because you're listening to somebody else tell you that something is good or bad, when really, I mean, it could be right up your alley. And, you know, Prometheus is kind of like that for me. I don't know what your feelings are on the game, but I don't think it necessarily deserved the vitriol that it got. Like, I think it was a little unnecessary to say, like, oh, it was terrible, it ruined the aliens' legacy, all this other stuff. No, totally unnecessary. Like, not the case at all. That's my opinion, at the very least. However, you know, it had its moments where it was kind of like, okay, why is the geologist or the biologist or wherever smoking pot in a spacesuit? And why do they have to make the easy pot joke of, yeah, tobacco, that's what I've got. Like, that was something I found a little bit of contention with, where it was like, this is, alright, fine, space pot is a thing, that's great, and I totally support that, and, you know, I am pro-legalization and all this other stuff, but it did seem weirdly unprofessional for me. Like, I didn't like it because it kind of broke the believability of the situation by making one of the scientists a pothead. An active pothead in space on a $1 trillion mission. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the rest of the elements of the story were pretty sound as far as, like, I mean, it was like, oh no, well they're just, you know, making all of these ridiculous claims, and there's these ridiculous situations that they get in and everything else, and I'm like, well, it's science fiction, you know? The whole point of science fiction is to be, like, a largely unknown quantity as much as possible. And that's not... Whenever you have a science fiction movie that leaves you asking questions and hypothesizing, hey, what is going on here, then that's a good science fiction movie. That's exactly what science fiction is supposed to be doing. It presents questions that you have to use your own deductive reasoning to be able to figure out, or at the very least, challenge the viewer to go, how could this possibly make sense? In my frame of reality, how would this actually, have any value whatsoever? And if you aren't asking those questions, then, it's not doing its job, as far as I'm concerned, certainly. Okay. Yeah, this is the one we're going to use all the way back here. I'm kind of half experimenting with a couple ideas for, why am I even bothering with chopping wood? Hold on. There we go. Done. Man, where was I? I forgot where I was on my point. But, yeah, basically, it's a matter of, like, do you enjoy it just for the raw enjoyment of the movie, right? Like, can you be entertained by it? It's like, I'll continue to give, what's his name? Transformers guy. I'll give him shit continually forever because he has ruined my childhood and, all those other tropes and everything else. But, he makes a ton of money, and that's because people actually genuinely just enjoy watching a movie for the sake of the explosions and ridiculousness that happens in them. And there's some value to that. I mean, I like J.J. Abrams movies. I like, a couple other people who most people would consider bad or... definitely lost, what do you call it? Lost standing. Like a lot of lost standing kind of directors who people are kind of like, okay, you made this and it was really bad. Not quite M. Night Shyamalan. I was never that into M. Night Shyamalan. That was just, after watching a few of his movies, I was just sort of like, okay, I get it. You've got the crazy plot twist, and you like this interesting sort of theater and mystery to everything, and that's really good, and I can appreciate that on a degree, but, it got old for me really quickly, and so pretty much after Signs, I believe, I was just sort of like, whatever. M. Night Shyamalan, yeah, no, he made some really cool movies, and then I lost interest, but I don't know, there's a lot of other directors and movie makers who... I think they get chewed out a lot, and I don't necessarily believe it's entirely deserved, is the entire crux of that statement. Okay, we're waiting for supplies. They're going to bring us a shit ton of railroad track, and then we'll continue setting up our stations and everything else. Let's see. We'll need a lot of wall. We've got turrets, power lines, everything else is where we want it to be. For now, we're going to go ahead and preemptively build defenses as well whenever we go through and do all of this. So, we're going to head back this way, finish up our train track, and yes. Oh, you know what? We are going to need the blue arms, so we'll do substantially less of them at a time now. Now, I remember why we had 30 to begin with. I changed that before. Now I remember. Now I know why we had so many. Alright, well, we don't need that many steel chests just yet, but we'll keep 10 on hand. And then, blue factories. Where are you? Whoa, Combat Robotics 3. Hooray, it's complete. Okay, we can start doing destroyer capsules, which is going to be super handy. What do we want? Let's do... Why not? Let's do more of this. We're going to need that anyway, so... Okay. There we go. So now we have train station. What is this? Joseph M. Basqueta. Basqueta. Yeah, we'll just stick with Basqueta. Alright, and then we'll need a ton of pipe, actually. Let's go with... Oh yeah, it's in logistics. We'll do 10 of these. Well, let's do 20 of these, just to be safe. We won't need as many of these, because we'll try to keep it as underground as possible. For life, yo. Production... I can't remember how many of these there actually are, but we'll stick with that for now. We'll go hijack our own train here in a little bit and try to direct it around. Because we know we definitely want it over there. Yeah, we're going to haul oil all the way up here and here, and then this one here. So we'll go ahead and set up things for Emmer and Joseph M. Basqueta on this train. And then go from there. Hold on, let's hop on the train here. Alright. And... what did we say? Emmer, Joseph M. Basqueta. Alright, so we'll add Emmer. No, not there. Okay. Emmer, Joseph M. Basqueta. And we'll leave these at just 5 seconds for now. Alright, and then, yeah, it's the first. This is all going to be oil, so we'll set up some markers here. Let's click on that. We're going to go to Emmer first. Go to that station. It's real easy, no worries. Okay, and then we'll stop the train whenever he gets there. Okay, stop the train. Yeah, it'll be on the underside. That's just a marker. We might as well set up the markers for this as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, is that correct? That is correct. And you know what? Also for stone, while we're here, might as well. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I don't like that. Alright, we'll do it like that. That's fine. Alright, now we're going to go to Joseph M. Basqueta. Set up our thingies there. Yeah, go to Joseph M. Basqueta. And we'll switch those around too, because I think that'll be more efficient probably. Alright, we were getting attacked, but we're not getting attacked now, so that's fine too. Alright, stop. Alright. And let's set up the markers here. This is just going to be oil though. There's not... Well, there is stone up here. Do we want to run stone all the way down here? Of course we do. Why wouldn't we? Yeah, we'll do that. So this is going to be oil and stone. Oil and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's shift it over 1. That'll make me feel better about myself. God, I hate that. I hate that so much. I want them to fix it. I want them to fix it now. Okay, let's... We can't drag those around. Let's delete... And then add Emmer, add, put you both at 0 seconds for now, run the train. Okay. Damn it, my car's over there. I knew that. I knew that, and I didn't do anything about it. Okay. So, next step, actually create production capabilities. So, let's hop in the car. Alright. And grab some stuff. Time check says we have 8 more minutes. Whoa, don't run into the wall, please. Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm out of lemonade. It's a real life tragedy, folks. Alright, so they're bringing us stuff. Good, good. Okay. Let's go ahead and go back this way. Not get hit by the train in an ideal world. Okay. Actually, how are we doing on fuel? Yeah, we're doing super fine on fuel. No worries there at all. Okay, and now we should have everything we need to start production up on oil. So let's go ahead and run a couple lines over this way. And where are you? There's a pump. Okay. Since this is the end of like a fairly large recording block, I'll finish up whatever doesn't get finished at the end of this episode off camera, and then there'll just be a couple active bases and all of that fun, as well as some of the other things I've been talking about doing off camera. So no worries about that. Still, I don't know where the tedium boundary is. Like, at what point is it just no longer fun to actually sit down and watch? I know there's a lot of Factorio videos. At this point, I've stopped watching a lot of Factorio videos because it's like, I get it, I understand. If you're still watching my videos, I absolutely appreciate it, but I don't blame you if you're like, okay, where's this going? And this is going to be a playthrough to the end, somewhat anticlimactic for now, and then we'll put down Factorio until it's a little bit more complete, or at least has more rounded content to it. Let's go like this. There's all that frickin' green coral, naturally. Alright. And yeah, we'll do roughly like that. Okay, cool. So there's one pipeline. Okay. It's worth it for that one. I know it's just one in the middle of nowhere, but it's totally worth it. You know what? Do I want to do Emmer? Emmer's got some stone. We might as well. We'll pick up stone there, and we'll pick up stone here. And that'll be what these little micro bases look like. So, okay. There we go. What's the output here? It's just 1 a second. Almost completely not worth it. But we're going to do it anyways, for completion's sake. Let's just do like that. We're going to build a very small amount of walls here. It doesn't need to be anything crazy, since I'm pretty sure they're not actually going to attack this area. Pretty sure. Pretty sure is not the same as they won't. Let's just put it that way. Okay. And we'll build some walls up like that. Okay, and then, you know what? Yeah, we'll do these here as well. We'll make sure everything would be powered. If all we have to do is drag a big power line over here, and then that'll be done. Okay, good enough. And build walls all around it. But yeah, this is basically the design principle now. I tried doing like undefended outposts for a while, and then random spawns would show up and completely ruin my day. And it was like, well, that was pointless. Let's just actually go ahead and do this the right way and do all of the defenses, as it were. Okay. Is that enough space for a third in there? Yeah. Fairly large stone patch, really. Yeah, there we go. Move it over 1. That's enough there. Don't need to go totally apeshit here. And then... yes. So yeah, to clarify, the stuff that is on camera here is just going to be applied in principle in the future to all further base building. Okay. That will be done off camera, that is to say. Okay, and then red splitter, and okay. I think this will work. There we go. Run this all the way over here. Where can we start heading straight down? Let's build the track from here and then go from there. Where are we at on time? Yeah, we got a couple minutes left. We'll get this line done for sure. Have the basic infrastructure here without power. Okay. Okay. And... there we go. Not gonna have enough track. That's fine. Alright. We'll put that on our request list here instead of bricks. 100 red track. And let's see, we got a lot of guns engaging again. We'll build everything else that we have the resources for up here, including walls and turrets. And then we'll get the hell out of Dodge and go actually end the episode and do some real fun stuff. Okay, the every other gun thing, it gives you more than enough guns and more than enough coverage that if you have like an unexpected large attack from a base that just decides to spawn right next to your base or outpost or whatever, not an issue. That's what I'm doing here. That's the entire idea behind building things in this particular fashion. I don't know why coral produces wood. I guess maybe that's on the drawing board for a later time, is making that into a real resource. Okay, we're just going to go out to here, and then we're actually going to account for some wallage here. And there we go. Cool. And wall building. And that's how this base is going to look. Completely walled off, no way to enter. Incredibly defended. I'll have to tear down some of these walls to actually get in here later to put in power lines, but... actually, no, hold on. That's right, I can do this preemptively. So, yeah. This is the point of the game where everything's become very systematic. You have everything you need available to you, and it's relatively... whoa, hold on. Easy to get a hold of, easy to maintain, And yeah, like I said, you're just biding your time until you can actually have the resources necessary and the time to build everything you need for the rocket defenses. So we are truly at the end game. I'm gonna finish setting up these bases, and then the next step will be like actually waiting around for the rocket defenses to finish building and researching and all that other fun. And yeah, that's about where we are. So, and like I stated earlier, we'll drop this, we'll start playing something else, and then we'll come back to Factorio and do another mega playthrough like this whenever it's got a lot more content. The stuff they actually have planned for this game is insane. Like, there's supposed to be a city building component, and they want to do like X, Y, and Z with it that are just, they sound crazy. And we don't need track anymore. Okay, cool. Where did I put the car? But yeah, they've got these really grandiose ideas of where they're going with this game, and I'm super excited about it. And that's kind of, it's like the same thing with Magicite and basically any other game that I've been playing that I was like, well, we'll wait until it's done. You know, the same argument applies across all boards. All of the boards are exactly the same in regards to the fact that I just want to wait until it's done. Like, this game's got a very, very long half-life to it. And by that I mean, ooh, come on, get in the right position. There we go, that's what I want. Like, I could keep playing this indefinitely. Like, we could just keep playing it again and again. I could boot up some mods. I don't really want to, though. I don't like any of the mods that are out for it. I think they're silly. That's a different diatribe for a different time, though. And, you know, continue to just play this indefinitely. And that would be really easy to do, and probably still really fun, and not that hard to watch. But I'm like, okay. If I play anymore, I'll burn out. It won't be any fun anymore, and I won't want to play this whenever it is done. And that's a terrible, terrible thing. So, but I don't regret the money I have spent on this game, and I don't regret the time I've spent on it either. I think it's absolutely fabulous and an amazing thing. So, there we go. That's my little Pro Factorio tangent for the day. But yeah, I'm driving back to the base so I can load up again on everything that I need in order to continue base building. Otherwise, yeah, I'll finish building these little outposts whenever we come back. It'll all be done. And then, yeah, it'll be really good. We'll move on and continue to conquer territories and build bases and wait for research to finish and all that other fun stuff. Either way, this has been Cardboard Decoy Plays Factorio. If you've enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have fun.